Chosen one. Stop. Before you scroll another inch. I need you to hear this. What you are about to receive is not content. It is not entertainment. It is a word that has been waiting for you, prepared for this exact moment in your life. And if you have ever felt like something in you was broken, like your story was too heavy, like you were too much and not enough at the same time, then this is the message that was meant to find you today. Do not move past this. Not yet. Because what is about to unfold in the next few minutes has the power to shift something deep inside you that no therapist, no book, no conversation has been able to reach. There is a part of you that already knows this is true. There is a part of you that felt something the moment you stopped scrolling. That was not the algorithm. That was something greater pulling you here, because you are ready for what is about to be spoken over you. You have been carrying something. I already know. You have been walking through your days with a weight that most people around you cannot see. You smile when it is required. You show up when it is expected. You press forward because stopping feels too dangerous. But underneath all of that, there is a quiet exhaustion. There is a part of you that has been waiting for someone to see it, to name it, to say out loud what you have been afraid to admit even to yourself. I see it, and today I am going to speak to it directly. This is a message for the ones who are still standing, even when standing feels like the hardest thing they have ever done. This is for the ones who have cried alone and told no one. This is for the ones who have questioned everything, including their own worth. This is for you. Stay with me. Before we go any further, I want you to type 111 in the comments right now if you are ready to receive what has been prepared for you. Let that be your declaration. Let that be the moment you said yes to what is about to come. If this ministry has ever brought peace to a restless night, if a single word spoken here has ever found the wound you thought was invisible, please know that this work is fueled by something far more than a camera and a script. It is fueled by people like you who believe that healing words should reach every corner of the earth. If you feel moved to become part of that mission, there is a link in the description and in the pinned comment below. Through Ko-Fi, you can buy a coffee, make a contribution, or simply stand with this work in whatever way feels right. Every act of generosity you offer does not go to a channel. It goes into the hands of a mission trying to reach the person who is one message away from deciding to stay. You are not just a viewer here, you are a participant in something that matters. And if your heart says give, trust that impulse, because it is never wasted. Now let us begin. You were born with something inside you that the world has been trying to name ever since you arrived. Some people called it intensity. Some called it sensitivity. Others called it difficult, or different, or too much. And somewhere along the way, you started to believe them. You started to soften your voice before you spoke. You started to shrink your presence before you entered a room. You started to apologize for taking up space in a world that you were always meant to inhabit fully. And I am here today to tell you, with every word that follows, that what they called a flaw was never a flaw. What they misread as weakness was always the most powerful thing about you. Your sensitivity is not a wound. It is a gift that has not yet been fully understood. You feel things at a depth that most people will spend their entire lives trying to reach and never find. You sense shifts in a room before they are spoken. You carry the emotions of others as though they were your own. Not because you are weak, but because your spirit was designed with a capacity that goes beyond ordinary perception. The world does not always know what to do with people like you, but that is the world's limitation, not yours. Every tear you have cried was not a sign of falling apart. Every tear was evidence of a heart that is alive, that is engaged, that refuses to become numb in a world that tells people to stop feeling. Most people spend decades trying to feel what you feel naturally. Most people pray for the kind of depth that already lives inside you. You have been treating your greatest gift as though it were your greatest burden. That ends today. That ends right now. As you hear these words and let them reach the place inside you that has been waiting to be told the truth. You have survived things that should have taken you under. Let me say that again, because I need you to really hear it. You have survived things that should have taken you under. The nights that felt like they would never end. They ended. The seasons that felt like they would never change. They changed. The losses that felt unsurvivable. You survived them. You are still here. You are still breathing. You are still reading these words, and that is not nothing. That is everything. That is proof of a strength that no one gave you and no circumstance could remove. That strength was placed inside you before you ever faced a single one of those trials. Type 333 in the comments if you believe your story is not finished, because the truth is, you were being built. Every moment of pressure, every season of confusion, every door that closed, every dream that seemed to shatter, none of it was random. None of it was punishment. It was all precision. It was all working together for something that is still unfolding inside you. There were moments when you felt absolutely invisible. When you poured yourself out for people who did not pour back. When you gave your best and received indifference in return. When you showed up faithfully for people who disappeared the moment you needed them. And in those moments, something inside you started to ask the most dangerous question a person can carry. Am I worth it? Is something wrong with me? Why does it always go this way for me? I want to answer that question today. Not with empty comfort, but with truth that will reshape the way you see your own story. The people who could not receive what you were offering were not the verdict on your value. They were simply the wrong vessels for what you were carrying. You were not too much for the right people. You were simply in the wrong rooms for too long. And every room that closed behind you was not rejection. It was redirection. It was a hand on your shoulder gently turning you toward the places and the people and the purposes that are actually aligned with who you truly are. You have been shaped by losses that felt like failures. But I need you to see something. The sculptor does not lament the pieces of marble that fall away. Those pieces are not the mistake. They are the process. And you, right now, with every scar you carry and every story you have lived through, you are not a broken statue. You are a masterpiece mid-formation. You are not what was removed. You are what remains. And what remains is extraordinary. The delays in your life are not evidence that you have been forgotten. They are evidence that what is coming requires a version of you that has been built through the process you have been in. The waiting was not waste. The waiting was craftsmanship. There is something ahead of you that requires exactly the person you are becoming through. Exactly this season. Do not despise the timing. The timing is part of the gift. If you are still with me, I want you to take one small action right now. Like this video, not because a number needs to go up, but because that act is your way of saying, I receive this, I am open, I am here. And the more this message reaches people, the more people who are sitting exactly where you are right now will hear something that helps them stay. Your like is not just a like. It is a lamp you are lighting for someone you will never meet. Now, let me go deeper. There is something I need to address that goes beyond your pain and into the architecture of your identity. You have been living below your actual level, not because you are lazy, not because you lack talent, not because the universe has passed you over. You have been living below your actual level because somewhere along the way, you formed an agreement with a lie. And that lie was specific. It was tailored to you. It found the exact place where you were most vulnerable and lodged itself there. And you have been living inside its architecture ever since. The lie sounded like this: you are too late. You missed your window. Other people have what you are supposed to have. You are behind. And that lie has been costing you rest, because you cannot rest when you believe you are always falling behind. It has been costing you joy, because you cannot enjoy the present when you are always measuring it against what has not arrived yet. It has been costing you faith, because faith requires trust in a process that does not always show its progress. So today, I am dismantling that lie. You are not behind. You are on a path that has its own timeline. And that timeline is not in comparison to anyone else's. There is no one else walking your exact road. There is no one else who has your combination of gifts, wounds, experiences, and purpose. You are not in a race. You are in a revelation, and revelations unfold on their own terms. Type 777 in the comments if you are releasing the comparison today. If you are done measuring your chapter 3 against someone else's chapter 10, declare it right now. Because comparison is a thief, and you have given it too many years. Today you take those years back. Now I need to talk to you about the people you have been holding on to who were never meant to stay. Because some of what has been weighing you down is not your burden alone. Some of it is the accumulated weight of relationships that have long passed their season, but that you have been too loyal, too afraid, or too exhausted to release. There are people in your life who see your light and are not nourishing it. They are feeding off it. There are connections that leave you consistently depleted, consistently doubting yourself, consistently smaller after every interaction. And the reason you have stayed is not weakness. The reason you have stayed is because you love deeply and you are slow to give up on people. That is one of your most beautiful qualities. But it can be redirected toward what is worthy of it. Not everyone in your story is a permanent character. Some people entered your life for a season, for a lesson, for a purpose that has already been fulfilled. You are allowed to release what has already served its function. You are allowed to close doors gently, without anger, without guilt, without needing the other person to understand or agree. You do not owe every relationship a forever. You owe yourself the space for what is meant to come. The relationships that are meant for the next season of your life will not require you to shrink. They will not leave you wondering if you said too much or felt too deeply. They will receive what you offer and offer it back. They will see your strength where others saw inconvenience. They will celebrate your becoming instead of being threatened by it. Those people exist, and they cannot find you while you are still standing in rooms you were meant to leave. Subscribe right now if you want to continue hearing words that speak to the depths of who you are. Because there is more coming through this space, built for people who are exactly where you are, who are ready for the kind of truth that changes things from the inside out. Now let me speak to you about purpose, because I believe that is what is really underneath all of this. It is not just pain you have been carrying. It is the weight of unlived potential. It is the ache of knowing that there is something you are supposed to be offering to the world. But the path to it has been unclear, or the confidence has been low, or the fear has been louder than the calling. Purpose is not something you find by searching harder. Purpose is something you uncover by becoming more fully yourself. The more you release what was never yours, the more you step into what is. You are going to live your way into it. One honest choice at a time, one courageous step at a time, one released fear at a time. And here is what I know about you right now. You already have more clarity than you think. If I asked you to name 3 things that make you feel most alive, most yourself, most like the truest version of who you are, I believe you already know what they are. The uncertainty is not in the knowing. The uncertainty is in the trusting. It is in believing that what you were made for is actually available to you. You are not the exception to that promise. You are the point of it. Everything that has happened to you, including the things that felt the most like detours, has been building context and depth and understanding that will directly serve what you are about to step into. The things you thought were wasted years were years of formation. The things you thought were dead ends to paths that were not yours anyway. They closed so you would stop going in a direction that could not take you where you were made to go. Type 888 in the comments right now if you are declaring that your purpose is not dead. If you believe, even if the belief is small right now, that the gifts inside you are still alive and still relevant, declare it. What you say about your story matters. Speak life over yourself right now. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission will grow into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Giving to this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or joining the Kofi community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a mission to reach people who are on the edge, who are one message away from hope, one encounter away from choosing to stay. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through hearts that are kind. Every gift you give is a stream of living water flowing into the life of someone who needs healing. And what you give will return to you in ways you did not plan for and cannot yet see. This is not just support. It is participation. It is you stepping into the harvest field alongside this work. Let me speak now about the fear that has kept you from moving, because I know it is there. For some of you, the fear is failure. The fear that if you try and it does not work, you will have confirmed what you have been most afraid to believe about yourself. For some of you, the fear is success. The fear of becoming someone that the people around you no longer recognize. For some of you, the fear is simply being seen. The fear that if you step fully into who you are, people will find something there that does not deserve the space it is taking up. All of these fears are valid feelings. None of them are accurate truths. The story the fear is telling you is drawn from old experiences, old wounds, old moments, when being yourself cost you something and you decided it was safer to stay hidden. At the time, hiding was protective. But you are not in that moment anymore. And the protection that hiding offered you in the past is the cage that is limiting you in the present. The version of you that the world needs is not the version that has been edited down for safety. The version of you that the world needs is the version that was too much for rooms that were too small. That version has been waiting. It has been surviving inside you through all the seasons of pruning and pressure and preparation, and it is ready, not perfect, not finished, but ready to begin. There is something I want you to understand about your past. Every difficult relationship taught you something about your boundaries. Every disappointment that felt like it would undo you built a layer of resilience that you carry now without even realizing it. Every version of yourself that you had to let go of was a version that was too small for what was coming. You have been in graduate school for your destiny, and the credits you have earned through your suffering are more valuable than you know. The people who will be most transformed by your story are not the people who had it easy. They are the people who had it exactly as hard as you did and need to know that someone made it through. Your survival is not just personal. It is prophetic. It is a testimony that is not finished being written yet. And the chapters still ahead of you are the chapters that will make everything that came before make sense, in a way it has not yet made sense. So when you feel tempted to be ashamed of your story, remember this: your story is not a confession. It is a curriculum. Type 999 in the comments if you are committing to stop hiding today. If you are done shrinking, if you are ready to take up the full amount of space that your life was always meant to occupy, let those numbers be the stake you are planting in the ground right now. This is where it changed for me. This is the moment I decided, now let me speak about rest, because in all the conversations about strength and purpose and becoming, rest is the thing that most often gets left out. You are not meant to operate at full capacity every single moment of every single day. You are not a machine. You are a living being with seasons. Some seasons are for growing, and some seasons are for resting, and both are necessary, and both are sacred. The world will tell you that rest is something you earn after you have performed enough. That slowing down is falling behind. That if you are not producing, you are not valuable. And I am telling you today that every one of those messages is a lie. Rest is not a reward for enough output. It is a requirement for sustainable becoming. It is where integration happens. It is where the things you have learned become part of who you are. It is where the things you have survived become wisdom instead of just wounds. So if you have been running on empty, if you have been pushing through exhaustion because you are afraid of what stopping might mean, I am giving you permission right now. Stop, breathe, let the weight down for a moment. Not because the work does not matter, but because you matter more than the work. You are the work, and you cannot pour from a vessel that has been completely drained. Now, let me speak over you a closing blessing. Not a generic one, a specific one, tailored to what has been stirred in you today. Over everyone who felt seen in this message, may that recognition become permission. Permission to stop apologizing. Permission to take up your full space. Permission to stop translating your depth into something more palatable for rooms that were never worthy of it. Over everyone in the middle of a waiting season who cannot see the outcome of what they are trusting, may patience become your companion. Not the passive patience that merely endures, but the active patience that keeps building while it waits, that keeps becoming while it trusts, that keeps showing up even when the evidence has not yet appeared. Over everyone releasing something today, a relationship, a fear, a false version of themselves, a lie they have carried too long. May the release be complete. May what you let go stay gone. May the space that opens up fill quickly with what is actually meant for you. Over everyone who came here looking for a word they could not name, who did not know exactly why they stopped, but felt something that said, stay. May this have been that word. May it do in you what no other word has done yet. May it reach the exact place that needed reaching, and may the fruit of it be visible in your life in ways that surprise even you. If you made it to the end of this message, I want you to know something. Most people do not make it to the end. The fact that you stayed tells me something real about you. It tells me you are someone who is serious about what is happening inside you. It tells me you are someone who is ready. Not ready for everything to be perfect, ready for the next step, ready for the next layer of becoming. And that readiness is everything. Share this with one person today, not everyone. Just one person you know is carrying something heavy. One person who needs to hear that they are not too much, not behind, not disqualified from what is still ahead. Your act of sharing is a lamp you are lighting in someone else's night. Do not underestimate what one message, passed from one heart to another, can do in a human life. And come back. Because this is not the end of the conversation. Every video in this space is built for people like you. People who are ready for depth. people who are not satisfied with surface answers to soul-level questions. Subscribe and bring your full self with you every time you return. Type 888 one final time. Let it be your closing declaration. Let it be the seal on everything spoken over you today. Let it be your way of saying, I received this. I believe it, and I am moving forward. This is not the end of your story. This is one of the sentences that changes it. Now go and carry what you received here with you, because the world needs what is inside you, and you are finally becoming someone who believes that too.